Morning, guys. Morning. Hope everybody's doing well. Good morning. Let's see if anybody wants to join me in on this live that I've been trying to do every Thursday when I bring my daughter to college for one class, and she has one class today on Thursday, and I just sit out here and I wait for her. So I figured, since I'm already here, I would see who wants to do a live with me. Having a cracker, and as always, my tea. But I wanted to talk to you about living here in New York City and the type of people that live here and the entitlement they feel. Now, you're probably saying, what is Daisy talking about? I'm going to tell you what I'm talking about. I have a neighbor who rents across the street from me that has a beautiful, beautiful car that he parks on the street. I happen to have a driveway. And there's a little spot between my house and the next house, which a mini coupe probably fits perfectly there. But this person chooses to park there and partially block my driveway. This has been going on for some time now, and it's very aggravating because every time I have someplace to go, my driveway is partially parked. Same person does it. Every time I come home, my driveway is partially parked. Very difficult to come in and out of my driveway. I've been nice to them. I've never had any words with my neighbors outside of, please do not block my driveway. I'm begging you not to block my driveway. And I've been purposeful nice. And I deal with my neighbors, and I'm always nice to them because these are my neighbors. And these are the people that supposedly are looking out for you. You're looking out for them. That's the way it's supposed to be. That's the way it was. That's the way I was brought up, that your neighbors were like family. Your neighbors would look out, for each other. These particular neighbors, they rent across the street from me. They park their car there. Their car does not fit, and they partially block my driveway. It doesn't matter how many times I tell them. It doesn't matter how nice we are. It doesn't matter. So, I have to like contain myself because it's very disheartening how we're living. So I come out, and it's not because I'm so angry at this point. So I come out again, partially blocking the driveway. I see the man. He acts as if he doesn't know who I am. And I'm like, can you please move your car? And this is an ongoing thing in New York City. For those of you that have homes, this is something that is happening a lot over here because it's overcrowded. I mean, they're building houses everywhere. It is seriously overcrowded, and people want to park their cars wherever they want to park their cars. So again, I tell them, listen, whatever. The wife comes out. This time the interaction was different. I tell them to move it. They don't even look at me. They ignore me, whatever. And I have to wait. They move it and I leave. Whatever. We go through the same song and dance again. But this time the wife, I guess, was having a bad day. And she says, I'm parked in the street. You don't own the street. No, I don't own the street. But you're partially blocking my driveway that I do own. And that if I don't clean, I get a ticket. And that if I don't shove the snow when it snows, I get a ticket. And I pay taxes. And she says, no. She says, as long as you can get in and out, you should be fine. She proceeds to tell me. Good morning, Pete. Good morning. She proceeds to tell me. So then I tell her, just please move your car. I don't know why you continue to do this. And they proceed to tell me, you know what? We need a parking. That spot is available, and we're going to take it. I tell them, what you're doing is not right because you're blocking my driveway. And she says, I don't care. I don't care. Which clearly they don't. But to hear her actually say it, like, I don't care. I don't care about you. I don't care that I'm blocking your driveway. I don't care that I'm causing you, that I'm on your property. I don't care that you can't get in and out of your house. I don't care. Is disheartening because it's the entitlement. It's the entitlement that they feel that I need a place to park, and that's where I'm going to put my car. The parking space is itty bitty for like maybe a little mini coupe or so because it's between both houses, but they choose to park a bigger car, and it blocks my driveway. What type of world are we living in that people just don't care and they feel entitled, and they will tell you to your face. I was so angry. I was hurt. More hurt so because she outright said, "That's your problem, not mine." What type of world, or better yet said, what are we teaching our children? We're teaching them that it's about me. I don't care about you. And this is the generation, because they have kids. So I think about what are you teaching your kids, that it's you do what you need to do for you, and I don't care. I don't care if it impedes on your peace or on your property. It's about me. And the thing about it is, like I said in the beginning, their car is a brand new car. Brand new car. They rent an apartment and they choose to park there because they want to be looking at the car, that nothing happens to the car. So that parking is right in front of their house, that the window, they're constantly looking at their car. If you're going to have a car that expensive and you're going to park it in the street here in New York City, but then it's my problem because you're blocking my driveway, because they made it perfectly clear it's about me. It's about what I need. And they went even as far as saying, that's the only parking available when I come home, and that's where I'm going to park. Like, I don't care. And that happens a lot here in New York. I'm not the only one that's facing this. People have no regard for their neighbors, for anybody for that matter. For anybody for that matter here. I've lived here. I was born and raised here in New York City. I've seen so many changes. When I was growing up, it was not like that. I was brought up old school, and I was surrounded by old school. My neighbors were old school, and we were taught respect. Not only to respect you as a person, but to respect your property, to respect your elders. Just plain respect. And we've lost that. We've lost that. And it makes me think, this generation now, these are the ones that are supposedly going to take care of us. This is the future. These are the ones that are going to take care of us. These are the future nurses, doctors, hopefully, judges, construction workers, plumbers, even though those are dying trades. Nobody wants to trade anymore, but I could talk about that on another video, about how the trades are being lost. But this is the future. Where are we headed? And people can say, well, I could sell my house and leave. But no, I really can't. because of the way things are going and because of the way they've been for a while and all this uncertainty. I cannot sell my house right now, even if I wanted to, but I can't. I'm selling it because I don't want to deal with this mess of living in the city. That's why the majority of people have sold their homes and have left. And I could understand that, but I'm not in a position right now to do that. I have a daughter in college, another one in high school. And for that and other reasons, I cannot move and my hands are tied. I don't know how it is where you guys are at, if you guys are dealing with this. It's really heartbreaking and disheartening. And people will park anywhere. They will park anywhere. There was a fire a couple of days ago, killed a whole bunch of people because somebody parked in the fire hydrant and they couldn't use the fire hydrant. They couldn't get to the water, and these people died in the fire. And that's happening a lot here because people don't care. People don't care. It's like, it's about me. There's a fire. Oh, well, I don't care. I'm going to do what I'm going to do. And it's about me, myself, and I. People don't care anymore. New York City has gone downhill fast. And I do love New York City because it has a lot of great things to offer. But it's getting harder to live here. It's getting harder to survive here, to make a living here, to raise your kids here. It's harder. From looking at the news, I guess it's hard everywhere. But living in a big city like New York City, this sucks. This really, really sucks here. And everybody saw, they say, oh, if you could make it in New York City, like the Frank Sinatra song, oh, if you could make it here, you could make it anywhere. Yeah, that's true. That's absolutely true. Because this city will break you if you let it, and the people that live here too. They will tear you down and break you. Now, I do have good neighbors. The homeowners that are around me are good neighbors. The people that I'm specifically talking about are renters. They're renters. They don't care. They have no clue how hard it is for you to maintain your home, your so-called piece of the American dream, which was supposed to be a home, right? The American dream, owning a home. It's become the American nightmare, if you can afford it. And then when you finally make all the sacrifices that you have to make, and you scrimp and scrape and save any penny, nickel, and dime, your hard-earned money, and you finally do it, and you finally get your little home, you have to deal with individuals like that. I always wanted a home with land, that I can see my neighbors and not really see my neighbors, if you know what I mean. Like I see them and I would have a fence and it would be great. But this city is so overpopulated. People are walking around so angry and so entitled. And one wrong move and they will get all that anger out on you. But the entitlement that they walk around with is insane. It's insane and disheartening. And I know so many people want to come over here to New York City and live and have these ideas of living in New York City. I think those ideas of the illusions and the dreams of living here in New York City and doing I don't know what here, whatever your dream or your wishes are for coming to New York City, all of that is gone. You could make it here. And what I mean by make it here is actually make it over here, travel over here. But there's nothing left here because you're going to have a rude awakening once you get here. Especially if you're coming from a more rural area or, more country, not a big city, and you're not used to this life here, the hustle and the bustle and let's go, and you don't have any place to go but get out my way. Don't look at me. Don't you can't look at people. You tell someone, hey, good morning, they look at you like you have 4 heads, 3 eyes. You tell someone, hey, good morning, they just look at you. No etiquette. And this is an everyday thing here. No one here is friendly. For those of you who are coming here to New York City will break you. Don't expect any sympathy here in New York City. No one here is friendly. This is not a friendly city. I'm going to tell you that right now. And everybody's like, go, go, go. Like I said, get out my way. They will literally push you out the way and keep walking. That's the mentality here in New York City. It's about me. Don't have no place to go, but they will literally push you out. That's if they're actually looking where they're going, because everybody walks around like this with their cell phone. That's if and they will bump into you and tell you, watch where you're going. Yeah. Driving here, don't take your time. They'll run you over. If you leave on time because you don't want to rush, the guy behind you is honking his horn. Just to get to the red light. Just to get out of my way and just to be in front of you in a red light. Get out of my way. And this has been my city my whole life. And it's easy to say, well, move if you don't like it. Yeah. But this is where I was raised. The youth here walk around like zombies. It's like they're like zombies. Those are even the worst. Like I said, the future's done. The future's done. They don't know how to hold a conversation with you. Again, you tell them good morning, they look at you. You ask them a question. Uh, I don't know. They don't know nothing. They don't know anything. They don't know anything. Let alone if you need a direction for anything, even though now, of course, we have a phone or whatever. I remember when I came to tour my daughter's college, and I asked one of the students, hey, where is such and such building? I don't know. I asked a couple of kids, hey, I'm looking for such and such building that I needed to go when we were touring. I don't know. They don't know. They don't know. They don't know nothing. They don't know anything. They don't know anything. My generation, we were not a I don't know generation. Our parents raised us, you better go and find out. What do you mean? There was no I don't know. There was a you better know. That was my generation. That was the way I was raised. It was a I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? My mom was tough. My mom was a single mother. And she didn't let me get away with nothing. And we had to learn how to read a map. We had to learn how to get around on buses and trains. We had to go to the library. We actually had to use our brains. We had to actually use our brains and think. We had to actually open up a newspaper if we wanted a job and call one by one by one. You had to literally call someone. God forbid you guys have to do that now. The youth won't call anybody. You had to literally call, go in there, and fill out an application, actually have an interview, and see if you were right for this job. You could think on your feet. If you were a problem solver, if you were a go-getter. Now it's, I don't get paid enough, yet they don't want to go to school. But they want to get paid. I don't want to go to school. This job doesn't pay me enough. I'm bored. It's really sad. It's really sad. Nobody cares about anybody. It's really, really, really sad. It's mind-boggling. Um, my daughter's class, she graduated 2 years ago. They're all in college. They're actually all a very great bunch of kids, and I'm glad that they're all doing well. And I do have to say, like I mentioned before, they were raised right. Um, they were raised to want a future. They were raised to know that it's not easy and that school's not going to be easy and that you're going to have to deal with people that you don't like. I worked all my life. Did I like everybody that I worked with? No, I didn't. No. Did I have to suck it up, buttercup, because that was my job and that's what I needed to do? Yeah. Eventually, what you do, you stay there until you secure another job. And that's how it was done. You stay there, you look for another job, and you go. The end goal being that you retire and that you no longer have to work. Or you go to school and you get yourself a degree that secures you good money in a position that they don't choke you, that you know you're in an industry that you are needed and wanted, and that you can go someplace else, that you will be able to find a job. But if it gets too hard, they want to go. They can't deal. They don't want to deal. It's too hard. They're looking at me a certain way. They're talking to me a certain way. What they don't realize is when we're gone, they're on their own. We could only do but so much. I have two girls, and I told them the whole world is going to be against you. Just for being a woman. So you're going to have to do double job. You're going to have to be better. Your skin's going to have to be thicker. Because they're always going to see you less than. So you have to make yourself valuable. And she's doing that. Because I'm not going to be here forever. You have to make yourself valuable. So that you know if somebody comes for you, you're in a position that you're like, I don't need to take this. I can find a job in XYZ, and you will have a position there. You will set yourself up to be valuable. Is it easy? No. I tell her all the time. Tell her now is your time to do everything you're going to do. Because you got me. Now is the time that whatever it is you're going to do it. Because once you're done in school and you're out there in the real world, it's going to be harder. I want to leave her set up. I'm going to try to. I'm going to do all my best. But I will never, ever teach her to be entitled, no matter how much I give her. Never. Because that's the worst thing you can teach your child. like my neighbors across the street that I initially began this live with. I will never teach them to be entitled. You will be humble and you will care. And you will never forget where you came from. Just because you're doing better than your neighbor. Entitlement is the worst thing you can teach your children. She knows better. They know better. Because that never amounts to anything good. And I believe that what goes around comes around. My neighbors that are giving me such a hard time because they feel entitled. It's easy. Here in New York is easy. You see on the news all the time. People getting killed, people fighting. I won't lower myself to that. There are people out there that genuinely want to steal your joy. It's hard to believe, but there are people out there that genuinely want to steal your joy or don't like to see you succeed. And you may think, I don't have anything to offer. Why would you? Do have something to offer? You do. Everybody does. And there's people who genuinely want to make you miserable, want to make you feel less than. Maybe because that's the way they feel or that's how they were raised. They go out of their way just to make you feel miserable or to take away your happiness, your joy, your peace. Stealing someone's peace is the worst you can do. But I believe in karma. What you give is what you get back. I've decided I'm not going to have any more words with my neighbors. It's not worth it. It's going to escalate and lead to something else. So I'm just going to let go and let God. It's out of my control at this point. They're doing it purposely. And sometimes you have to know when to just let go. Because things like this will make you sick. Literally, from being angry and agitated, it makes you sick. You get sick. Your body gets sick. Anger makes you sick. Raises your high blood pressure, your heart, everything. It will literally eat you up inside. It will make you sick. And I've decided I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I can't continue to give that energy. Because these are the type of people that they live their life and they're happy. The thing about it is that they go on and they're happy and you're there with this anger and they're fine. I'm sorry I'm on a rant today, but this neighbor just did it to me today. It was just one of those days that you could only but take so much. You could only take but so much. And I refuse to continue to let someone destroy my peace. I can't allow that. I can't. Sometimes, you, like I said, you just have to let it go. And I choose to let it go. I will just park my car outside. Yeah, it sounds crazy, doesn't it? Not being able to use my driveway. It honestly makes me want to cry when I say it, because that's what I've decided to do. But when I say it and I hear myself saying it, it makes me want to cry. It really does. But I choose peace. I choose peace, my peace, because it's going to get to a point that my husband's going to get involved. And I can't allow that, because it's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's really not worth it for my husband and her husband, and for it to escalate, because they're not budging. And my peace is valuable, my family is valuable, so I choose my peace, and I choose my family, and I choose to park my car outside, so I won't deal with that. Sad but true. All right, guys, thank you for being here, listening to my rant. And like I always tell you guys, have a very blessed day, and let's count our blessings, right? Let's count our blessings. Let's count the little things, because the little things are always the big things. That's what I always say. Have a great day, guys. See you on the next one. Bye.